You know what? I was having such a great day. You know what? I was having such a great day. You know, I had my nails done Friday, gotten home, was going to finish filming the vlog, make a reaction to Alexander Rodriguez. Then I opened my YouTube and I see a video from Obese to Beast where I never thought that the fat how that exercise, liberation, whatever bullshit you can call this movement, could stoop so low. I didn't watch this video because I wanted to get my reaction. But just a heads up, some Miss Haha M. Kenna had the audacity to compare Ozempic to genocide. Yes, the fact of unaliving lots of people, what happened in World War II and what's happening right now in Gaza. Ozempic and... Okay, so we're going to watch the video together and we're going to react to it. I hope I maintain some sort of dignity throughout this reaction, but I can't promise much because I haven't watched the video and I'm already worked up, so let's go. Let's see what this little girl has to say.
Understand that it's all the same thing. I had somebody comment on my video the other day saying that Ozempic and these weight loss drugs are trying to exterminate fat people. They want to get rid of us.
Oh my God. I cannot believe that you're having the audacity to compare having your building bombarded in the middle of the night with Ozempic. First of all, pretty little girl, you're talking from which seems to be a nice kitchen, the comfort of your home. That I can assure you that maybe you might be robbed, maybe someone might throw something in your yard, but the odds of you having your home bombarded are close to zero. Losing your life because another country is committing crimes of war against yours is practically zero. And you have the audacity to show your face and tell me it's the fucking same thing? What?
And somebody commented and said, how dare you use the same language about this
a sensible
that is
person.
Used about what's happening in the Middle East. It's all the same thing.
Guys, okay, I'm trying my best. People die every year to diseases that happen because of obesity. You can try and deny it. You can live in your cotton candy world filled with McDonald's and Coca-Cola. But that's true. That's just true. And a drug comes out, medication comes out, that enables people to live a longer, healthier life. If number one, they have the money to pay for. And number two, if they choose to do so. And I think that's the element here that it's a choice. You don't want to take Ozempic? Fine. I'm not going to shove it down your throat. But these people, they don't have anywhere to go. And kids and women are being unalived simply for being Palestinian, simply for being in Gaza. You are alive. Probably you won't live a long life due to your body, but that was your fucking choice, moron. And it remains your choice to continue like this or change, whereas these people, they are without a choice. And you have your little nose pierced, and you even have mascara on. You put on makeup probably, I don't know, you even have sunscreen, I don't know. But these people, they don't know when or even if they're going to leave the next day. And you have the audacity to tell me that they're the same? Fuck you.
And that isn't to obviously discount what's happening. It's really...
Except it is. You are comparing the genocide of people because of their religion, because of their beliefs, because they're not military, the same, to being fat. And to having an option that is not so invasive like a surgery to lose it and to not develop diabetes and to not develop other heart diseases, to not have to amputate a limb because of your diabetes, to never have to go to through dialysis. You are comparing a drug that has the potential to save lives. Yes, there are people using it for their own vanity. Yes. Yeah. So what? Even if everyone in the world was using Mounjaro because they wanted to lose 1 single pound, that would never, ever be the same as what's happening in Gaza right now. You are downplaying it. You're trying to compare your stupid movement to a real war.
Bad. Lots of stuff is really bad, and it all comes from the same place.
Lots of stuff you know what? I fell downstairs today. True story. This is really bad. And it all comes from the right place. You know what? I think me falling downstairs and Gaza are actually the same. You know, Palestinians, I stand with you. I know what you're going through. I fell down the stairs today, and that was so bad.
It's all white supremacy. It's all heteronormativity and capitalism. It's all the same thing. Fat phobia is racism. Racism is classism. Classism is racism.
I'm not going to live in a world and pretend that capitalism thrives in inequality, that the gap between the highest paid worker and the lowest paid worker is just increasing, that yes, the economy sucks, that sexism exists, that we're seeing an increase in like white supremacist. I'm not going to live in a world where that doesn't exist. But fat phobia is not racism because fat is not a race. Racism, race. You're white. Just the fact that you're white, you don't suffer the same discrimination as a fat black woman. So don't try to put you both on the same boat because, honey, and looking like, I don't know you, I don't follow your content, but looking like you seem to have a nice home. So don't even try to compare you with a person that it's a lower class than yours because classicism, racism, and fat phobia are not the same person. What you and a fat black poor woman have in common is that you're both fat. But even still, the consequences in real world for both of you are completely different because you belong to different classes and races. And you don't have to do much to figure that out. So stop it. Stop it. When I thought like, no, she can't. No. She continues. She goes on and she says more stupid things.
The way that the modern world has been created is with capital and control as its guiding principles.
Do you know what feudal times worked? I mean, yes, it has evolved. Thank God, have a lot of rights nowadays. But babes, I don't want to break your cotton candy world filled with McDonald's bubble, but that's how the world has always worked. People in power controlling those that are somehow weaker. Maybe because they were slaves, maybe it's because they were they were conquered, maybe because they were poor, I don't know. But I mean, I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not condoning this. I'm not saying yes, it is what it is, that we can't do anything about it. But it's not something from the contemporary world. Okay?
So when they're trying to whittle down every single fat person, they're so excited that they found a drug that makes it so we don't exist anymore.
Baby girl. Oh my God. Things are very crazy in the United States right now. But I don't think I've read anywhere that the government is forcing you to take the medication, or that like injections of Mounjaro and Ozempic are simply flying through your window in the middle of the night and injecting you with Ozempic or Mounjaro, which honestly I would not complain because let's be honest, they are very expensive, right? It's still a choice that you make with your doctor. You can continue live on the weight you are. You can gain weight if you so choose to. You can lose the weight by going on a caloric deficit and exercising, or you can take Ozempic. There are so many choices, and you still have the power to walk out your house. And I mean, it is the US, so you do have mass, like pew, 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 pew. But it's still, you won't be bombarded, literally. Okay? And no one is there like, oh my God, fat people no more. Yay, yay, yay. Like, you are so self-centered that you think that people want to, quote unquote, eliminate fat people because they don't like how you look. Not because fat people have diabetes and diabetes can lead them to dialysis or an amputation, and they can like go to another plan sooner rather than later, that they can have a heart attack. No, never. That has never crossed your mind, because God forbid you have critical thinking, right? No. It's all because we cannot stand looking at your face, which is very beautiful, by the way. Oh, are you that self-centered? And to say that that's the same, and what's... let's continue, because I don't want to have a heart attack today, guys. I'm young. I'm trying to lose weight so I can live longer. So Monjaro is too expensive. I can't go now. I haven't stopped paying for them. See, not even my computer wants to hear her. Like, seriously, what's going on?
And again, not to devalue any of these things. I consider them all very important.
Babes, I think when the fat whatever movement started, there are some things that I do stand by. I don't think no one should be discriminated against, regardless of their weight, gender, color, race. Okay? That's different from weight. However, when you come here and you try to make an argument to say that they are the same, they are not. Racism is not the same as fat phobia. Classicism is not the same as fat phobia. Do you know how hard it is to move like classes, like to up? Do you know how hard that is? Don't believe what coaches tell you on the internet, like you're just bored because you want to. I can teach you to become a millionaire in a week, because if it were that easy, let me tell you something. If everyone becomes a millionaire, the millionaires will be like, I don't know, like zillionaires. Okay? A person's race, you can't change. But your body, you can. Yes, I know that obesity is not so simple as calories in and calories out. There's a lot of complex things like your mental health. Maybe you genuinely have a disease. If you have like lupus, for example, and you have to take corticoids, corticoids slow down your metabolism. But we're talking about a very small number of people who are obese that actually have an underlying condition that make them fat.
If tomorrow they released a drug that said, okay, we cured blackness.
Cured? Blackness? First of all, isn't that what Michael Jackson did back in the 90s? Isn't that what's happening in many places? We actually have treatments, aesthetic treatments that can lighten your skin color. And you don't see people celebrating that. Many people have to go to other countries that are very lenient with their ethical medical practices to have these procedures done. Because people know how fucked up this is. So, babes, get your face out of your butt. Go eat a flower, for crying out loud. Meghan Markle sells them, I heard.
If you just take this pill, you can be white. And then the problem will be fixed. The blackness wasn't the problem. The problem was the system that ever made anyone...
Yeah, but and yet you call it a cure, the pill. Not me, you.
think they needed to be anything other than what they are. It's radical acceptance versus stringent rules. And the only way that you get to live a good life of comfort and privilege.
You live in the fucking United States of America. You live a comfortable life. You're white. Has anyone ever thought you were a sex worker because of your birth of place? That has happened to me more than on one occasion. Do you know what it's like to just have a man approach you and ask you how much for the night? Just because you're Latina, Brazilian, to be more specific? Has that ever happened to you, babes? And I'm not here crying on the internet. You don't yes, you're fat, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that people don't discriminate against you because of that, because of course they do. Of course they do. And I'm not here saying that they're right. I'm not here applauding them. No, that's fucked up. Very much so. But you have a microwave in your house. You have cabinets in your house, wooden cabinets, from what it seems. They are very expensive. Your walls are painted. Have you ever Google favela? Favela. Google favela. And tell me about privilege, bitch.
Is if you submit to us and you change who you are, the genetics you were given aren't good enough.
You're fat. Not just because of your genes. And if you wanted to change this, to live longer, healthier, with better knees, thank God we have a drug for that nowadays. That you don't have to go through invasive procedures as like a bariatric surgery. Thank God. Not just that, because it's, even though it's still an expensive medication, is way more accessible than a surgery, especially in the United States, right?
It's all the same thing. I don't like to get preachy on the internet, or I try not to have this smug affect that so many influencers do. And so I hope this.
You're not being preachy, babes. You're being stupid. You know what we should do? You know what? We should bring shame back. The world needs shame. Because before, people were ashamed to say that. To go on and say stupid things like that. Maybe they will talk to a friend and their friend will be like, oh, the hell, my God, shut up. And they'll be like, oh my God, I think I just said that to one person. But no, now they go and say that to, I don't know how many people have seen this video. How do I see that on TikTok? I don't know, guys. I can't speak TikTok, but there are over 4,000 likes in this video. I wish I could dislike it.
Doesn't come off that way, but I just want people to understand the intersectionality of this is all one big problem.
Oh my God, I am so happy that we're not having this conversation face to face. Because I think I'd hit you with my mug. With my, that's not a mug, I forgot what you call it. This. Because mine's not Stanley. It's a counterfeit. Okay? I don't know, can this unalive someone? Because I would. It's not all the fucking same thing. Have you ever seen a video of buildings being bombarded and hearing kids and moms crying because they are being burned alive. And you have the audacity to come here and tell me it's all part of the same problem? Baby, you're so privileged that you had money to eat yourself, to get fat. And it's all the same thing. Palestinians just want a place to live. You have a home. You have food. You have a fucking mascara to put on your eyes. You can go get your nose pierced, and they don't even have a place to live anymore. They don't know when or if or when they're going to die. And you have the audacity to come here and say to the world that it's all the fucking same thing? Get a life.
With the same roots and problems. And the system of oppression, the interwoven systems of oppression.
Oh, I'm using beautiful words. The interwoven system of oppression.
They want us to believe that they're different things. We can't build a coalition to do something about it.
I don't want to build a coalition with a stupid person like you. I want people that can see how big the problem is and actually talk about it. I don't want people to downplay the seriousness of what's happening in Palestine right now and say that it's the same as Ozempic.
And it feels like now is an important time to get straight on that. Yes?
What the fuck with a smile? Yes? Are you? I don't know, like nowadays it's very hard to distinguish what's rage bait and what's not on the internet, but and there was a comment here, a woman say, I think her point is that fat phobia and racism are intertwined as things that white supremacy seeks to target and destroy to maintain a skinny and white status quo society, and that in the same way we would criticize if companies tried to cure blackness, we should criticize companies trying to cure fatness rooted in aesthetics and conformity, not health. An obese person, a morbidly obese person, is not a healthy person. Again, you need to leave your cotton candy bubble with McDonald's and Coca-Cola and look at the reality in the real world. I'm not saying that losing fat is easy. I'm not saying that maintaining your weight loss is easy. I am not saying that you shouldn't try to live in a world where people wouldn't judge you by the size of your body. I'm not saying that. And I will fight for you for that. You know, like, as I have said in videos before, if you, like, you're an adult, and if you have truly made like a risk assessment, not with this like science like denial thing that obesity won't bring risks to your health. No. You know the risks. You know what's going to happen. And yet you choose to remain fat or get fat. That's not what I'm talking about here. That's what that's what I'm talking about here. Then great, your body, your choice. Do with it with what you want. And I will say that people are not entitled to disrespect you or think that you're dumb, whatever, because of your weight, but I'm entitled to call you dumb because of the fucking dumb things that you say. Don't. Like, it's like, oh my God, first of all, you wanted fat phobia to be like fat phobia and racism are the same. And then until like black women started to come out and say, no, bitch, shut up. It's not. And now you're like, oh no, I I have to interject myself in a movement because I need to validate my movement. I need to validate my movement because we're losing power. Because now with Ozempic, people can really be true with themselves and say, whoa, I wasn't happy when I was fat. And now I can do something to help me with it. Because mental health, babes, is always important. And I know how my weight was affecting my health, my mental health. Okay? And I'm so happy I'm taking Mounjaro. Like I said, day one, I'm not embarrassed. And I don't want your extermination because you're fat. But people in Gaza are being exterminated because of stupid political reasons, religions reasons, discrimination reasons. Israel's committing war crimes. And you have the audacity to come here and say that fat fucking phobia is the same thing. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. It is not. Get the fuck out of your house and see if it's a bomb's gonna drop in your head. It's not. I mean, you are in the US, so that might happen, but not a bomb. Because you live in the US. Because you want a place to live. Because you want the world to recognize you as a nation. No. Don't be fucking stupid.